Hello, and welcome to another day of Living with Spina Bifida. Today, I just wanted to stop and talk to you guys a little bit. Now, if you have been following me in my personal life, then you probably know that my health is not the best as of late. I've briefly talked about it in videos in the past, mainly in my Chiari malformation video. But as of the last months or so, my health had just went. My main health problems started about 4 years ago, shortly after we moved to Minnesota. Started with strange heart palpitations. My heart would just start beating out of my chest. And sometimes it would seem to beat so hard that I would cough, or it would basically startle me. And that was also followed with issues breathing, where it constantly felt like something was on my chest. And I dealt with those issues for several years. Those were really the only two new issues that I dealt with. And they ran tests. I don't have asthma. I don't have any sort of breathing issues. My lung capacity is fine. My oxygen levels are fine. I don't have any heart issues. My cholesterol is fine. I don't have hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism. I don't have any sort of issues that you would find in the blood. I don't have diabetes. Basically, I went with no answer for years. And then about 6 months, or maybe a little longer from now, I started having even more. It started with extreme fatigue. So tired, constantly. I would take naps, I would sleep in, wouldn't do any good. Still doesn't do any good till this day. I was just constantly tired. Caffeine didn't help. Nothing really helped. And then the headaches came. I've always had migraines. Migraines run in my family. But these were different. So naturally, I was treated for migraines because that was obviously the only answer they could come up with. So I dealt with these severe headaches for quite some time. And now, coming back to the present, now, I don't really have the strange heart palpitations, the strange heartbeats anymore. But it seems like as time goes on, I am getting more and more weight put onto my chest. It just seems like it's getting worse. And sometimes even talking, I have to stop. And sometimes yawning is the best solution for me so I can get that full lung fill. The only relief, and that's the only relief I really get with my breaths. Other than that, it's just constantly feeling like something is holding me down. I still have pretty severe headaches, which I am now getting treated for as migraines. They've tested my shunt more than once, and that's running perfectly fine. So there's no issues there. Unrelated, I now have E. coli, and that was not from food, but they can never specifically pinpoint where it came from. It came from something most likely that I touched. So, just nasty, I guess. I have E. coli now, and because of the E. coli, I have a bladder infection, a UTI. And I've been dealing with really severe, worse and worse than usual constipation that I'm trying to get a handle on with my doctor's help. I recently took some pretty heavy duty medication that was supposed to help. Nothing happened. So I have to call my doctor. It's Sunday right now as I'm making this video. So I have to call my doctor and figure out what the next step for that will be. Let's see, what else is wrong with me? I've been having some pretty significant pain in my tailbone and also restless leg syndrome. They're going to do an MRI on my spine to check for tethered cord and make sure everything is okay in the spinal region. And they also found out that I was low on iron and vitamin C, so I am taking supplements for that, and hopefully that was the issue causing my restless leg syndrome, because that does happen when you're low on iron. You get restless leg syndrome, I have been told. So maybe once I get on track with that, my restless leg syndrome will go away, because it's not really a great sensation. It doesn't hurt, but it is very distracting and very annoying. I have E. coli. I have a UTI. I am low on my iron. I'm low on my vitamin C. My tailbone hurts. My butt hurts, basically. Restless leg syndrome. Terrible constipation. Terrible headaches. Sometimes I lose sensation and use of my lower extremities. Sometimes my legs don't work the way they're supposed to. Nausea. When I sneeze, all my life is drained out of me. One of the worst experiences I could ever have is sneezing. So those are the main things that come to mind that have been in my life as of now. And like I had said in my Chiari malformation video, it's more than likely that a lot of these problems can be pinned to the Chiari malformation. Like I said in the video, you are born with it, and if you have hydrocephalus and spina bifida, it is most likely that you're going to have Chiari malformation, and I didn't know that. And doing some research for something totally different in my medical records, I find out that I do in fact have it, and my doctors have known for quite some time that I do have Chiari malformation. But since it's not affecting me severely, it's not completely interfering with my everyday life, they don't really talk about it. And a lot of doctors are not really that knowledgeable in the Chiari malformation area. A lot of doctors don't know about it, or they know the wrong information. So you don't get treated properly for this really serious, big deal of an issue. Like the headaches, I'm being treated for migraines, which I don't have. I have Chiari headaches. They're totally different, even though doctors will tell you that as you get older, your migraines can change. Well, that may be true, but these aren't migraines. Definitely know the difference, and these are different, and there's not much that can be helped for these headaches except to ride it out, basically. So adding all of those issues, you could probably imagine that the way I live my life, my everyday life, is a little bit different than it was before. I'm not as active in the community. I don't go out as much. I don't spend as much time out going here and there and everywhere. I take a lot of naps. I take a lot of rests. And I'm just not really the same person that I used to be. I'm gaining weight. And it's just something new that I'm going to have to learn how to live with. Gotta figure out my life all over again, basically, because all these new symptoms and problems are a game changer. So I gotta figure out how to work around these issues and still live as normally as human live. So that comes down to basically why I wanted to make this video in the very first place, is to say thank you. Firstly, thank you to everyone that is subscribed to this channel. And if you didn't know about these issues that I've been having, thank you for putting up with my very sporadic and very wild uploading schedule. Because I do try my very hardest to keep ahead of the game, especially if I know that I'm not going to be around that day. If I have an appointment or I'm busy for whatever reason, I try to get the videos scheduled ahead of time. And on the weekends, I do try my hardest to get videos done ahead of time for the week. But sometimes that just doesn't happen. My health comes up, something with my family comes up, or I just get busy around the house and I can't get to the video. And sometimes I will try my hardest to get the video done the same day I'm going to be uploading it. And that doesn't always make for on-time uploading. But I do try my hardest to get it up at 3 o'clock Central Time. But if not, sometimes they're just going to be late because I am trying very hard to still upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I guess if I can't get it up on the time that I want to, at least it's going to get up at all. So, thank you for putting up with my sporadic schedule. And now that maybe you know what's going on, you can understand a little bit better and be a little bit more great about understanding. And then I want to say a great, big, huge thank you to the people in my life. I could never say thank you enough to the people that are in my personal life. I say it all the time. I say thank you, and it's just never going to be enough because people are never going to understand how grateful I really am for the people that are there for me, whether it be to literally help me with my everyday life, getting me places, taking me places, buying me things, being all around good people, visiting me, hanging out with me, even if I am not going anywhere, just coming over and spending face-to-face time with me, or my family who takes care of me, my husband who lets me take naps and takes care of the kids while I am taking naps, cleans the house while I am taking naps, just is an all-around amazing husband and takes care of his family with no question, just he does it because that's the good thing to do and he's a good person. And thank you to everyone that cares about me, cares for me, even with words, whether it be trying to help me find answers for my health or just being there for me to vent to, letting me vent and giving me words of encouragement on my Facebook when I'm having a really terrible day. And just thank you for being moral support, basically. All around, thank you to everyone that is in my life for one reason or another, whether it be in my personal life, you are my family, you are friends, or you're just here to watch my videos and you are subscribed to my channel or you follow me on my Facebook for this channel. Just thank you for being here and understanding that life is not picture perfect and everything can't go as planned, and sometimes you just gotta wing it and go with the flow.